welcome or welcome back to my channel. It's Vlogmas day 12. I am going to be crocheting my son a blanket today since he's very like friolento, which means like he's very like cold, right? Is that how you say it? Like cold all the time? I don't know. So I went to Hobby Lobby yesterday. If you guys haven't seen that video, I will go ahead and link it up here. But I went to Hobby Lobby yesterday, and not only did I buy my mom a gift card for Hobby Lobby for her birthday, but I also got this yarn. If you guys are watching this video just so you guys can get more information about the adenoids, then go ahead and skip to 4 minutes and 7 seconds. And don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. 6 of these, which is the blue one, and then I got 2 of these white ones. So the brand that I got is called Baby B, and it's the Adorable Super Bulky Angel. This one's Angel, the color Angel. That's what it looks like. It's very thick, which is great for like a baby blanket. And then I also got this blue one, which this one is in the color Aqua Marled. And this is what it looks like. Again, it's thick, so yeah. What I'm going to be using is the white to do the trim around the blanket, and then this is going to be the color of the full blanket. So I wanted to show you guys this because crocheting is something that I love to do, but I'm not able to do it as often. So I haven't crocheted in 5 years, guys. That's when I gave birth to my son. And you know, I just haven't had time to really pick up my hobby again. I would rather literally either be on YouTube or reading a book. I do have tendonitis in both my hands, and that's basically fluid built up that happens with repetitive motion. So I have that. So that's another reason why I haven't crocheted in a while. But I wanted to definitely do a blanket for my son, and then I'm going to be making one for my daughter if this one comes out good. So yeah, so basically what you need is the yarn that I just showed you, and the hook that I'm going to be using today, it's a size N15, which is a 10 millimeter hook. And this is what it looks like. So it has like a big hook here. I'm going to make dedicated videos for beginners of how to crochet if that's something that you guys are into. So leave it in the comments down below if those are the type of videos that you would also like for me to incorporate into my channel. I'm going to do it like this just so you guys can see. All right, so I did 110 chains, and this is how long the project is. It ends right here. So yeah, that's how long I'm gonna put the blanket. So it's 110 chains. Now let's go ahead and move on to the next step. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just like so. And then we're going to pick up the blue one. We're going to pull through 1. We're going to go ahead and pull through 2. And we're going to go ahead and pull through 2. 1 and 2. So as you guys can see, this is still the border. See that? Alright guys, it's been a couple hours since my last clip. I forgot that I had to take my daughter to the ENT. We went to the ENT and her results came back, because I know that if you guys have been watching us, and I've been watching Vlogmas, on Saturday she had an x-ray done on her neck to check on her adenoids that she has. And so today was the appointment to get the results, and they did a hearing test on her. And the hearing test came out perfect. Even like the smallest of sounds or the softest of sounds she was able to hear, so her hearing was normal. And then we went to go ahead and see the doctor, and we're put into a room. And so in that room we spoke to the physician assistant. Oh my god, I can't even talk. Okay. And then the physician assistant asked us, you know, how was her breathing, if she was still breathing with her mouth open and still snoring. And of course, you know, we told her yes. But her mouth breathing isn't so often. Like the whole time that we were at the appointment, which is probably about almost an hour, I would say, maybe 45 minutes, I don't know. She didn't mouth breathe. So it's like they don't even see it. You know what I mean? So yeah, like it's like, okay, I don't even know how to say if it's most of the time or like some of the time. I'm not sure. But there's times that we see my daughter and she's breathing through her mouth. But that's something that has happened since I gave birth to her. And the only thing that I can logically come up with was that when she was born, they didn't use like the nose bulb thingy to like take the fluid out of her mouth and out of her nose, which I found to be very odd. They did that with my son, but not my daughter. So here I am thinking for like the past 3 years that it's that. She doesn't mouth breathe all the time. It's just sometimes. And again, I've always noticed it since she was born. And my son doesn't do that. So I was like, okay, this is, you know, not normal. And so not only have I noticed, but other people have noticed too. So I was like, okay, yeah, no, like it's not in my head. So, whatever, we did the x-ray and the x-ray came back that she has enlarged adenoids. So with enlarged adenoids, from what I was told, is especially like in my daughter's case, she mouth breathes and she snores. And we're not talking about like a grown man snoring. No, we're like whatever, right? And so those are the two signs of the adenoids being enlarged. Her tonsils were normal. I think they were a size 1 out of, I think 5, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, they were normal size. And that was something that the doctor was also concerned about, because the last time that she was sick, her tonsils were enlarged. And her ears are fine, so that means she wouldn't need to get tubes in her ears. So because we already went to an ENT, if she has more ear infections, because she's had, I think, either 5 or 6 up to this point since January, and it's just every time that she gets a viral infection, it goes to her ears. So like she get a runny nose, and then immediately it goes to her ears. So with the adenoids being enlarged, that's what happens. Like they are more prone to get sick, and obviously sore throats, runny nose, ear pain, it's all connected. So going into this appointment, I already knew that she was gonna need to have surgery and that her adenoids were gonna be enlarged, because I wasn't too concerned about her tonsils or her ears, because my daughter can hear. And I know that she can hear perfect, because when Cocomelon used to come up, this girl would like literally wake up from like her sleep. Like if we were feeding her, you know, like when babies are like baby babies, and they're like falling asleep in their, what's that called? Oh my God, in their high chairs. You guys are feeding them, still like the purees. Sometimes, you know, they'll fall asleep if they're tired. And so that would happen. And the moment we would put Cocomelon on, she'll wake up. So there ain't nothing wrong with her hearing. We already knew that. Plus, when she was a newborn, she passed the hearing test and whatever. But obviously they have to, you know, process of elimination. But yeah, so she has enlarged adenoids, and the physician assistant came in with like a student or like someone who was like typing on the computer. And so, you know, they were telling me the pros and cons about having surgery. And, you know, my daughter's 3. We're talking about a baby, okay? A toddler baby, my baby. And so my husband was not for it. I was on the fence to see if maybe we should do it, maybe not. That's why I wanted to ask a lot of questions like pros and cons. I did not do research on their surgery and a lot of information on it, because I didn't want to psych myself out and then be stressed about it and like depressed, and you know. So I was asking the pros and cons, and they were telling me that, you know, the pros would be that she won't snore anymore, she won't have any mouth breathing, and in the long run, like she won't have any concerns, you know, getting sleep apnea, I mean, that's not to say that when she's older, that's not to say that if anyone gets their adenoids removed, that they will never get sleep apnea. But we're talking about like if a person who has enlarged adenoids are more prone to getting sleep apnea, being that they mouth breathe. So sometimes with sleep apnea, if you guys don't know about that, you can stop breathing at night, like have pauses in your breathing, and that's obviously scary. Snoring is also another sign of sleep apnea, and so that would happen eventually if she was to become an adult or like a teenager. Those are one of the signs to look forward to. There's also choking. There's also, what's the other one? And gasping for air. And so, you know, automatically I'm like, wait, hold up, like, what? So the physician assistant was like, look, you know, I can't tell you what to do. You know, that's up to the parent's discretion. And then the negative, right, the con would be, she's obviously 3. She's gonna go through surgery. Right now, her tonsils are not enlarged. So if we were to do surgery, she would have to get her adenoids removed. And then let's say down the line, 3 months on the line or a few years on the line, her tonsils get enlarged. Then they have to remove that. She has to go through 2 different surgeries. So my husband was totally not for it. He's like, she doesn't need it. She's not mouth breathing all the time. She's not gasping for air. She's not to a point where like it's severe. Okay. So the recovery time for your adenoids being removed for a toddler, they said that they normally go through the mouth. Like they put like the gas like for anesthesia. The kids go through general anesthesia, by the way, and they put a mask on them, like the gas mask, and you know, they knock out. And so the way they would do it is they have like tool thingy majigger, and we'll assume it has a camera at the end, and they go through the mouth, up the nose, and remove the adenoids. And yeah, so the recovery time is 5 to 10 days, more or less, or 5 to 7, 5 to 10 days. And they're gonna have bad breath, she said, for 2 weeks. And it's not even like bad breath like you gotta brush your teeth. No. They said it was like a really bad breath that you'll be able to notice it. And that's because, you know, the adenoids are, they're removed, but that area is healing. So when any wound is healing, you know it stinks. They also said that another side effect can be bleeding, like breathing from the mouth or breathing from the nose from, you know, the procedure. And if that happens, then obviously she'll need to get brought in and further look and blah, blah. But there will be discomfort, you know, 5 to 7 days and whatever. So then the doctor comes in, and the doctor tells us, look, she does have enlarged adenoids, but they're not super enlarged or in a severe case. She said that if the X-ray, because I guess they saw the X-ray pictures and they also saw the findings, which is like the note from the radiologist that looks at the results. They go ahead and interpret it and have it like written down on paper. So I guess when they looked at the adenoids, it didn't look ginormously enlarged to the point that you have to take them out. So that's what the doctor told us. They're like, right now she doesn't need them to be taken out. She's 3 years old, so weigh your pros and cons. So if she was to get sick again and she has fluid in her ears, it's better to have antibiotics than having a surgery that obviously has more complications when you go through surgery, right? Versus if she had her tonsils enlarged and her adenoids enlarged, having to do that surgery in one, instead of having to do the adenoids first, and then let's say down the line she ends up getting enlarged tonsils. That's another surgery she would need to have. And with those that have enlarged adenoids, they sometimes get enlarged tonsils. So my daughter's case, she doesn't have that. She only has the enlarged adenoids. So again, they told me that her adenoids, yes, they're enlarged, but they're not severely enlarged, but you're gonna need to have the surgery. Now, they also told me that as she grows up and hits puberty, she will, normally adenoids tend to reduce in size and go back to like what a normal size would be. And so they told us, you know, at this point, just watch her and see if she continues to mouth breathe. basically they put us on Flonase 6 weeks ago. I noticed that the Flonase didn't really work. Flonase is like a spray that you put in your nose. It's meant for allergies, and I guess in this case, for those people that have enlarged adenoids or suspected for that. In our case, my daughter didn't have any issues with me giving her the Flonase, but I didn't really see a difference. Like, I was like, okay, she's still doing it. It's not like, it's, again, it doesn't happen all the time, right? That she breathes through her mouth, but she's very well capable of breathing through her nose, by the way. And I don't think it's a laziness or anything like that, because it honestly goes hand in hand with the enlarged adenoids. So at this point, based on the doctor's recommendation, we're not going to do the surgery. We're definitely going to monitor her, and they wanted us to come back in 3 months, so that's what we're going to be doing. And just, you know, checking up on her, making sure her breathing is okay, making sure she's not gasping for air, she's not choking on her breathing, she doesn't have like frequently waking up at night, she's not tossing and turning and having any troubles going to sleep at night. So my daughter loves sleeping, no issues there. She doesn't wake up in the middle of the night, she doesn't toss and turn. Yeah, she's a-okay. So I think that in my mind, I probably worked it up to like being something extremely bad. But again, I'm a mom. And so, you know, mom's intuition, you know? Yeah, I'm very thankful that I got it checked out. That it's not to a severe case that she needs to have surgery. Now, again, it's up to the parent if they want their kids to have surgery, even though they're not severely enlarged and blah, blah, blah. But in our case, my husband, everything my husband told me, like when the physician assistant left to get the doctor, is literally everything the doctor told me. And you see, that ends up happening with my husband. Like, he'll tell me something, and then when we go to the doctors, they literally tell us the same exact thing. So my husband's here thinking, oh my god, you know, I should be getting like the salary of a doctor, because at this point, everything I tell you, they're gonna tell you too, which is always so bizarre how it works out. But yeah, we're not gonna get the surgery. We're gonna go with the doctor's recommendation. And I know some people are like, oh, get a second opinion, blah, blah, blah. This isn't something that is life or death, you know? It's a fix that, you know, if she was to have any of those signs, immediately we'll schedule the surgery and she'll have surgery. But you also have to think about it as she's a little kid, like she's a little girl. You know, she's a toddler. She's 3 years old. It's not something with her heart, nothing with her brain, nothing that is so severe she needs to go through surgery, if that makes sense. Now, if they would have told us that it was her tonsils and her adenoids, I think we would have done it, because, you know, honestly, like if you ever had tonsillitis or your glands are enlarged, that hurts. So if you're having both things done at the same time, perfect. Bing, bam, boom, and you're done with it. But they cannot remove your tonsils if you do not have enlarged tonsils when they're removing your adenoids. Does that make sense? So that's not to say that people are gonna get enlarged tonsils or tonsillitis or whatever. But from my understanding, those who have enlarged adenoids end up or tend to, or maybe, get enlarged tonsils. Mind you, I said it like that because I don't want to say that you are for sure gonna get it. So speak to your doctor when it comes to that. But if you're mouth breathing, or if you know your child is mouth breathing and they're snoring at night and you're worried, take them to an ENT and see what the doctor has to say. But yeah, now I'm gonna go ahead and edit this vlog because it is 6:59 p.m. And I've noticed that the later that I post my videos, I don't get as much views, because I know that a lot of subscribers of mine, as per YouTube analytics, they say that people are on at 10 a.m. So I'm vlogging my days, so I have to be posting at night. And I don't really want to cut my days short for you guys, because what's the point, right? What's the point? But yeah, this is how far I got in the blanket. Like, yeah. Yeah. Oh, forgot to tell you guys, after the appointment, I let my mom know what happened. And so my husband wanted to pass by my brother's house. So we were there from like 3 something, I think, till like 6:15ish. And then at 5:15, I was like, babe, I gotta take a nap. Okay. Mom was tired. The kids didn't take a nap today, so they're definitely gonna be going down for bed soon, which I'm so excited. So that way I can shower and watch the originals. Excuse me? Bro, if you guys like Vampire Diaries, you guys are going to love the originals, okay? I have definitely slept on the originals, but me and my husband are hooked. We didn't really like Vampire Diaries, but the originals, their storyline, deceased. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this vlog. I do want to thank you guys so much for all your support on my YouTube channel. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below, and of course make sure to like the video. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope to see you guys in the next one, and make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Bye.